Good morning and welcome to all of my subscribers in the US, and good afternoon to you guys in the UK, and greetings to those of you who are around the world. I'm the Frugal Gardener. I garden and grow in Zone 7A. We are in the middle of a heat wave. This is day 5. It is a little bit after 9, and already it's 80 degrees. So we're going to push on because today is Friday. And on Fridays, we go over, we actually, I say we when it's me, we do a buyer to build it. We take old containers that you normally throw away and we reuse them to save money. Well, I occasionally I go over, we have a recap of what we've done so far. And today is one of those days because we've been doing this for a while now. And it's a chance for you guys to see what we've been doing, and hopefully you've been following along. So I'm not going to do this in order, but let's start with tomatoes. This was an old water jug. Um, it's a 4-gallon jug. I cut the top off and I planted tomatoes. This stick here is going to be a support for these tomatoes, and these little twist stars here came from off of something that I purchased through Amazon, and that will be used to help keep that into place. This is going pretty well. This was, well, it says April, but I believe that might be that the date on that tag may be wrong. But at any rate, tomatoes are growing. These are not regular tomatoes. Regular tomatoes will not do well in this small container. So these are cherry tomatoes, and they actually go inside a box because the box protects the container from the sun. I took it out of the box for the filming of this video. So the second thing that we did, and again, not in order, uh, these are carrots. And I use this box to just move this around, but these carrots are in a, a dish pan, a dish tub, and they're coming along pretty well. As you can see, they're doing great. I got quite a few in here. I may have to thin these out a little bit, but this dish pan is approximately 10 inches deep, and all these containers have drainage holes. It's in the sun right now, but because of the heat wave, I moved these up to this area where I can move them around in here and put them in the sun if I want, put them in the shade if I like. So this area gets sun for about 5 or 6 hours a day. And if it's too much, again, I'll just move them to where the shade is. So number 3, this is a more recent addition, and this is one of my favorites. This was a cardboard box. I got it from Sam's. For those of you who are not familiar with Sam's, it's a big box store, and they're throwing these boxes out left and right. Every time I go there, I see all these boxes. I reinforce the ends here with cardboard because there's holes on the end, but I'm growing lettuce, romaine lettuce to be exact, and you can see it's very successful. Lettuce is coming up pretty much all over. There's a couple of spots still need to be filled in, but this is 6/7, so it's not even a month old yet. It's a couple of weeks old and it's doing well. So we have the lettuce, we have the carrots, we have tomatoes. This is lavender, but I'm not counting the lavender. I kind of moved it out of the shot because this was not part of the buy it or build it. But these were starters that I'm going to have to separate and distribute later on. So moving on over to the table here. This was actually the first project we did. This was the little sherbet container, and these are tomatoes I had a bit of an issue in the beginning with these because I put in seeds that I thought did not grow, and so I added more seeds and more seeds, and I ended up with way more than I needed. So I took those out, and this is one of them here. This is one of them here. So I use other free containers to make use of the cherry tomatoes that I knew would not work in here. So this is down to 2. And again, this is doing pretty good. This is a little yellow here. I have to see what's going on with that. But this was the very first project, and we are going to have tomatoes off of that one. It's kind of odd that even though they all came from out of here, this one seems to be doing better. You can see the flowers have already come up. I don't see a lot of bees this year. That concerns me. But all of these guys go together. This does not. This is another project that we did. And these are onions. And this time I'm on the right side of the drainage. You can see where I popped in a drainage hole here. And I usually do 2, so there's probably one on the other side. So very simple. You just put the starters in, cover it, water it, and keep an eye on it. Onions take a while to grow, so you have to be patient. But all these came up except for this one here. That one didn't come through, but the other ones did. So I would call that successful. Moving along, we're almost done. And these are the rainbow carrots. I am also happy with this one because, yes, this was a box inside a box. I added another box to here, and I taped up the ends because originally I was going to fill this all the way to the top, and then I decided to just leave it as is. And you can see the carrots are coming up. It's a little sparse over here. I might throw in a few more seeds here, but if I do, they won't all be harvestable at the same time. Is that a word? Harvestable? I won't be able to harvest all the carrots at once, but it's going well. And these are coming up. I need to get these back into the sun. Last but not least, as they say, this one requires some explanation, some splaining. Uh, these, this is Malabar spinach. This is not its permanent home. This is a starter container. I have 2 of these. And the Malabar spinach, these guys, I've had these guys grow up to 17, 18 feet long. Yes, 18 feet long. And some of these came up in a hurry. Some are taking their time to come up. These little guys over here. And basically, I'm going to give this another couple of weeks. And the reason why I included this is because this is kind of a part 1 of the biotic builder in this series, because this is going to go into another container that I'm going to use to grow these in permanently, another free container. So that's the reason why I'm excited about these guys here. So when you look at it, we have all these, but they still have to be protected from the animals and protected from the heat. So I encourage you to click the thumbnail on this video, because it will take you to my other video that will give you pointers on how to protect your plants during this heat wave, or whenever you have a heat wave, wherever you are on this planet. And it will also tell you how to protect your plants from the animals, the critters. So I encourage you to watch one or both of those videos. And until then, I will see you guys the next time. I'll see you next Friday with an all-new Buy It or Build It. Yep, we're still not done. The series is going to continue next week with another container that we are rescuing from the trash. So until then, this is the Frugal Gardener. Remember what I always tell you: when you buy your own food, when you grow your own food, you always know where it comes from. I'll see you guys next Friday. Have a great weekend.